Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and I'd like to welcome you back to another podcast. I know it's been a minute since I did a pod, but I just had a lot of stuff going on with me and stuff. So, and still, some of it's still going on, but you know, it's it's alright though. We back, we rolling in here, we doing this shit, you know. So today's episode is going to be very interesting. I got a book review to talk to you guys about first, and then I got some other stuff that I want to talk to you guys about as well. So, without further ado, let's get on with the book review. So, I just recently read James Patterson's 22 Seconds, and that was a book about this gun ring and this drug ring that was out of Mexico, and they were trying to sell guns, and so it starts out with Cindy Thomas, and she's doing the Burke story, like I told y'all about in the last episode about that guy, the Burke dude, Jacob Burke, I think it was. Yeah, Jacob Burke, and she was doing a story on him, so she actually wrote a book. So it starts out with her publisher calling her and stuff. And so then it goes on to talk about Lindsay and how she got in trouble because she had went to a place where she really wasn't supposed to go, and she ended up shooting somebody, and she had to use brute force. But see, they thought that brute force wasn't necessary in this case. Well, it turns out it was, and so she ends up getting out of trouble. So they end up doing this her and her husband Joe, and see, Joe's an FBI agent, so Joe ends up going to Mexico with her, and they end up trying to take down these smugglers and everything, and they found out that they're using a tunnel to transport these drugs and these guns. So it's like but on that, that was a really good book. I give it a 5 out of 5 because it was just all of James Patterson's books are really, really good. They're just really, really laid out and really well thought out, in my opinion. Now, some people may not like James Patterson, but I do. So, that's my opinion. If you don't like James Patterson, and that's you. But I like the book. If you want to read it, 22 Seconds, it's a women's murder club mystery. Go check it out at your local library. If you're blind or visually impaired, you can get it on Bard or Audible or wherever you get your books from, man. You can pretty much find this shit anywhere, bruh. But yeah, I have read all of the Women's Murder Club mysteries up to date, and they're all, no, not all of them, but they're not all up here on the podcast, but a lot of them are. So if you want to go back through the episode list, you could probably find them way back in the episode list, because right now, as of lately, I have got 263 episodes on the feed, so this one will be 264. I am trying to get to my end goal of 300 podcasts by the end of the year. I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but we'll see. So now on to the next thing I want to talk to you guys about. So I've been watching YouTube lately, and whoop-de-doo, who doesn't watch YouTube all the time, right? But so I found this channel, Nick Crowley. If you like documentaries and things of that nature, I don't know if they're really documentaries or not, but they're he tells stories and goes down rabbit holes that people wouldn't go down usually. But I'm gonna start out with the most disturbing family on YouTube, and that was what the video was called. So it was about the Hart family, Jennifer and Sarah Hart, and they adopted kids. they adopted some kids, and like, so, and they start doing these YouTube videos on YouTube, and they seem to have the perfect thing going on for them. They seem to have the perfect life or whatever, but all is not as it seems, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because, well, let's just say they adopted this kid and this teenager, and they was like, oh, she told people that she had to go look through the garbage can for food and shit. And I'm just like, wow, for real? So that's what you do? Oh no, she didn't adopt. They didn't adopt her. They was fostering her. But so long story short, anyways, go further into the video, and so you find out that Anna, one of the other kids, had went to school and told the school people that she was being abused. Mama hit me. And like, I don't know about y'all, but like, whether you adopt kids or not, why you want to abuse your kids? Like, dude, if you didn't want the kids, why did you adopt them in the first place? I mean, that's my thing. And I mean, it's, I don't know, man, but because not only did Anna go to school and say she was being abused and hit, so once they found out about that, because I guess the school called them or whatever, but they took them out of school. So then it was told to some other people that she was complaining, that Sarah and Jennifer Hart were complaining to friends about how they were tired of raising kids and this and that. I'm like, and there again I say, if you didn't want the kids, why did you adopt them in the first place, bruh? That is my thing. Like, dude, okay, I understand if you think you want kids, cool. I mean, if you want kids and you think you want kids, adopt. I mean, or if you want to have a kid of your own, by all means, have a kid of your own. But for God's sake, don't abuse them, man. That is the worst thing you can do to a kid. Or animals, for that matter. If you want animals, please don't abuse animals and don't abuse kids, man. I don't understand that. Why people out here want to abuse kids and abuse animals. They're helpless. They didn't do shit to you. You was the one that wanted them and wanted to have them. So why the hell you want to sit here and abuse your kids, bro, or abuse animals? Don't make no damn sense to me. But anyways, on with the story. So then one night, I think it was Anna. It was Anna. So Anna comes to the neighbor's door and ask him for some food, cause Mama and Mama, cause it's two women, Mama and Mama wasn't feeding the kids. And look, okay, this is another thing that gets me. Like, okay, you basically using those kids as a means to put out content on YouTube. And look at it though. Here's my thing. If you look at that YouTube channel, I'm not sure what the channel is, but if you go look it up, the Nick Crowley video, The Most Disturbing Family on YouTube, you'll hear all about the shit. And like, it's like I said, things might have seemed perfect on YouTube, but ladies and gentlemen, they were not. But I mean, so the dude, so then somebody, one of the other kids, comes up to that same neighbor's door, and so they decide to get away. So they go away for a while, then they come back, and then I think they got in trouble again or whatever. But so then, now this is where I don't understand. Well, I don't understand a lot of this shit that goes on with these people, but like, so then they get they leave the state, they go to California, but before they can get to California, they drive off a cliff and kill everybody in the car. But you know what's crazy? The oldest kid's body was never found. Nope, he was never ever found. So that's the story of the Hart family. So now we're gonna go on to talk about the darkest channels on YouTube, parts 1 through 4. So, in part 1, you got the Esther. I think it was the Esther or the was it the Lester or the yeah, I think it was the Esther family. No, it was Lester. So you got the Lester family, and it shows them going to see Thomas the Train. Her, I think it was Kelly, Lester, and Izzy. Izzy was her daughter. So it goes to show them, seeing Thomas and stuff. There again, perfect family, right? Nope. Not there again. Not as it seems. Dun dun dun. So then it's shown later that Izzy is attacking her mom. She grabs her hair and attacks her, and you hear the mom just just scream, like terrible wail scream, right? It's like, dude. So this goes on, and they send her to a psych ward, for a while. And well, it turns out that this girl had autism, and they didn't know it. But instead of trying to get her on autism drugs, she tells the daughter, "Oh, well, we're gonna go camping, and you can eat all the s'mores you want." Well, let's just say it was not a camping trip. It was something much, much worse. So, what happened was, she takes her on this camping trip, lets her eat s'mores, do whatever, they're singing and shit. Everybody's having a good time. So they go back in the car, and the mom has these charcoal stoves in the back of the car. And basically, the mom lights up these charcoal stoves and closes the window. And you know what they was trying to do? They was trying to kill their daughter. Or she was trying to kill the daughter. And you know what's fucked up? A lot of people supported it. They was like, "Oh, that animal needs to be dealt with," blah blah blah. I'm like, no. This girl had autism. That ain't her fault. If y'all had took more time to look and see what kind of medicine she was on, or more time to upgrade her medicine, she might not have been like that. But luckily, neither one of them people died, cause Izzy got they found them both breathing, and Izzy was I think she was placed with another family or something. But that woman there, she's in prison for the rest of her life, I guess. So then you go on to the next video, where it's talking about this guy, David, who is just seen filming TV. He's just seen filming TV for like 6 months to a year. Then you see him move to a different room, and it's still just the TV, but it looks like a hospital room. And a lot of people are speculating that David is going to die soon. And then it turns out he does. But in a way, what makes that dark is he was just posting this TV stuff, and it was just like, man. But then we move on to this kid, Harley Dooley. Okay, nothing seems really out of the ordinary about his channel. He's a gamer. He plays games and stuff on YouTube. I'm not sure if his channel is still up, but so basically, you hear him one night, and his mom and dad are arguing, and he's like, I'm really. That was a live stream that was posted, and he was like, guys, I'm really, really scared right now because mom and dad are just arguing and shit. And then the dad gets pissed at Harley about something, and so Harley goes to school the next day, but he doesn't go to school. He goes to this house and crawls in the chimney and tries to make it into the house, but he gets stuck in the chimney and dies. So yeah, his home life was bad, but and they even said he might have been abused, but you never would have thought about it by looking at his channel, unless you just. But see what makes it crazy is you can hear his parents sometimes screaming and hollering in the background, but most of the time, you would just think it was a regular kid playing games and stuff. Nope, this kid had his whole life ahead of him. He was only like 12 years old, and he got caught in that Jimmy and died just because he was trying to get away from his parents, man. Like, that's sad, bruh. Like, dude, I mean, shit. I'm just glad that I have never been abused by my parents, myself, or me and my brother. We have never been abused by our parents. I would never know what that was like, but dude, I feel for the people that have been abused and stuff, because that's some traumatic shit. That is some traumatic shit, bruh. So now this next one, let me see, y'all. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so the next one is about this guy who posted himself smoking. And so this dude posted himself smoking. That's all he would do was smoke on YouTube. Just smoke. Well, he eventually got cancer, and what's crazy is, it was part of he was part of a fetish, a smoking fetish thing, cause like there are some people who are into people who have cancer, like they smoke themselves to death, and it's crazy. I never heard of no shit like that until I watched the video. I was like, what? A smoking fetish? Really? The hell is that, yo? Like, I have never heard of no kind of shit like that. That shit was like, what, yo? That shit right there was crazy, yo. Then there was another channel where it's another channel where all he does is really smoke on YouTube, but he goes deeper into it. He starts talking about this satanic cult or whatever, and the last video you see of him posting is him smoking a cig with his dad in the car. And basically, so you see him smoking in the car with his dad, and then so it turns out later he goes to school, and he had a knife in his bag, and he pulled this knife on this girl and just killed her. And it's just like, man, I mean, it's crazy how you can be so deep into something, and so like whatever that stuff would influence you to go commit murder. Like, it's crazy. But let me see, what was the other ones? What were some of the other videos? Oh yeah, there was this Mexican guy. He was a rapper, and he was also I think he was in like the cartel or something, and like he was a cook, and basically what he did was, so these students came and they were in this area, and they attacked them because they thought they were another part of another gang or whatever. Well, let's just say old boy was the cook, and what did he do? He threw the bodies in acid, and the bodies were never seen again because that acid just basically broke down the bodies to where they couldn't be found anymore. So yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff on Nick Crowley's channel. You should go check out. Like, There's the darkest videos 1 through 4. I only talked about a couple of them because I couldn't remember all of them. But you can go check those out. You can check out the Jennifer Hart story, and countless other things that I haven't even checked out yet. Other things, man. Like, okay, so if you guys remember back in the, I say late 90s, probably, maybe even earlier, but it was a 90s show when I was around. It's Theodore Tugboat, and I used to love that show as a kid, and I actually found a whole entire playlist of the whole entire show, and it was I was like, whoa, it's really the whole entire show. Wow, that is really, really, really amazing. Now, what else? Well, I think that about does it, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, sorry it's been so long since I put out a pod, but like I said, I've just had some stuff going on, and yeah. So I will speak to you guys in the next episode. So I'll holler at you guys later. Enjoy. Peace. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'm out.